In the heart of Mississippi, a new day was breaking. Coach Tony Vance, back for year 4, stood at the center of it all. A former Tiger, rooted in every street, every face, every huddle. He led with presence, not volume, and the town felt it in their bones. Across the field, a quiet confidence rose with the morning light. Something special was coming, just beyond the horizon. His leadership was the foundation, steady, firm, unquestioned. Respect met him in silence. Discipline took root, accountability in every drill, every rep. They moved with purpose, lived the standard. Talent wasn't enough, you needed heart, you needed grit. Belief beyond the scoreboard bound them. A meticulous plan, built day by day. Year-round commitment, no shortcuts. At the heart of the offense was athlete Cameron Myers. He was the field general. Myers was calm under pressure. He had dynamic speed, but his greatest asset was his playmaking ability. There was no answer for the all-around athletes at Charleston. He could play any position on the field. There was no answer for him. He was the extension of Coach Vance on the field. The offense flowed through him. His leadership was quiet but powerful. His teammates trusted him to make the right play at the right time. He was the steady hand that guided the ship through the stormiest waters. Leading the charge on the other side of the ball was Deshadrick Truly. He was the soul of the defense, a ferocious safety who played with relentless passion. Truly was everywhere. Antoine Wilson, the quarterback. He was a threat to score every single time he touched the ball. The season did not start as planned, not even close. Coach Vance scheduled tough. He wanted his team to be battle-tested. He lined up 2 games against bigger schools, much bigger schools. First up was South Haven, a Class 6A powerhouse, and Oxford a 5A team. Charleston was only a 3A team. The depth on the roster difference was obvious. To make matters worse, Charleston was not at full strength. Key players were banged up, some were out with injuries. The Tigers fought hard. They showed flashes of their potential, but the depth and size of their opponent were too much to overcome. Charleston had lost the first 2 games. Starting the season 0-2, fans had doubt in the season. It seemed like all the hope was gone. Week 3. The tide began to turn. With the 2 losses behind them, the Tigers finally got healthy. The injured players returned. The roster was whole. They got their first win against Clarksdale, and dominated the rest of the season. Antoine Wilson in complete command. Percy O'Bannon punishing tacklers. Cam Myers a blur of motion. The points started piling up, fast. Defense led by Deshadrick Truly, suffocating. They flew to the football. They created turnovers. The Tigers weren't just winning, they were dominating. Entering the playoffs among the hottest teams in the state, a showdown with Aberdeen in the 3rd round. The game was a physical, hard-fought battle. They made the critical plays when it mattered most. The stakes cannot have been higher. Charleston defeated Aberdeen 20-0. It was a game everybody had Charleston losing, but they overcame the doubt. Next up, they had to face Cleveland Eastside in the North Half Championship game. It was their toughest game in the playoffs. Charleston won 44-34, punching their ticket to the state championship game. Under the dazzling lights, the stadium pulsed with anticipation. The air was electric. The state championship was here. The Charleston Tigers and Hazelhurst Indians faced off, each player's face etched with determination. The whistle pierced the night. Charleston struck first. Cam Myers, a blur of gold and black, exploded through defenders and soared into the end zone. The crowd erupted. On the next drive, Antoine Wilson powered through a wall of tacklers, unstoppable, stretching the lead. Hazelhurst answered, but Charleston's defense stood tall, refusing to yield. Then, Percy O'Bannon, relentless all season, bulldozed his way into the end zone. His teammates lifted him high, the Tigers in command. But Charleston wasn't done. Cam Myers broke free again, his speed unstoppable, diving into the end zone for his second score. Moments later, Wilson followed, his second touchdown sealing Hazelhurst's fate. The defense delivered the final blow. Antonius Dogan, eyes locked on the quarterback, leapt for a game-changing interception. The sideline exploded. The scoreboard flashed. Charleston 34, Hazelhurst 8. The final seconds faded. Players and coaches rushed the field. Tears, laughter, and triumph. Against all odds, the Charleston Tigers were state champions, a season forged in adversity, crowned in glory, their legacy forever written in gold. The echoes of victory in 2011 never truly faded from Charleston. The state championship was more than a trophy, it was a launching pad. The Tigers' legacy reached far beyond the end zone. Over 15 players from that unforgettable team went on to play college football. Their determination, forged in the fires of adversity, opened doors to new fields and greater dreams. Each one carried the spirit of Charleston onto campuses across the nation. Their journeys inspired those who followed. The lessons of teamwork, resilience, and belief became the foundation for new chapters, on the field, in the classroom, and in life. Their story became a beacon for a community. Proof that greatness isn't just measured by wins, but by the paths you blaze for others. The 2011 Charleston Tigers left more than a mark on a scoreboard. They left a legacy that will echo for generations.